Welcome to the HGC 2024, the Hanzo Genji Cup, ladies and gentlemen. We have a tournament on the North American server, and we have our first best of 3. Tomb of the Spider Queen is our starting map between Juan Direction. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. You get a clap for that. Very good. Huge fan. So Juan Direction is going up against HGCEULUL. And it's already glorious. So let me tell you a little bit about the tournament. We wanted to host a small tournament on the North American server. We had, of course, some NA players play cross-server in European tournaments already before, but we wanted to give NA a little bit of love. So this is a smaller tournament right now, hosted on the NA server. There are 0 draft rules. There's no craziness, no shenanigans, no you can't pick this, you can't pick that, you can't pick it twice or whatever. No bounties, no nothing. Straight up normal tournament. And we have $1,000 in prize money for the teams. We have some European players that are playing cross-server. The matches all take place on NA, and also they are being hosted at a more NA-friendly time to incentivize a few more of the North American players to play in them. Now, this is the first out of 2 qualifiers. We have 2 qualifiers, and then we have a last chance qualifier, which will then funnel into the finals. So again, it's a little bit of a smaller tournament compared to the ones that we've hosted in the past. It acts also a little bit of a contrast against all of the draft rules that we had. And yeah, should be fun. It's going to be an interesting one. Again, everybody is allowed to play, so the European players are allowed to play here. Korean players, if they want to field a team, are allowed to play as well. First qualifier is running. Second one is going to take place in 2 weeks. Reason is actually quite simple. I am traveling. My grandmother is celebrating her 90th birthday, and I will go to Germany to celebrate that with her and the family. Meet up with everybody. It's been a while. So I'm traveling tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, my flight leaves at 5:50, so yeah, I have to go very early. Also, apologies, by the way, for the attire, but the AC is not working. I'm still in Spain. It's still very warm, so they have to fix everything. And once that it's done, I will wear normal clothes again, I promise. But yeah, for now, it's a little bit more fitness style. I don't know. There's just no way I'm wearing a normal shirt or anything here with the current heat in this room. Sylvanas gets picked. We got Diablo and we got Uriel. Tomb of the Spider Queen again is our first map. We have a best of 3 series on our hands here. We got Blaze, we got Malfurion, and yeah, it's time to party. Sergeant Hammer gets banned. Anduin the Crybaby is already out. And it's kind of interesting to see the Europeans here. There's actually a couple of European teams that have already said, hey, we want to play as well. But I want to see what the NA boys are doing. So there's a little bit of love for North America. This is the opportunity, by the way, for all of the NA players, no matter what kind of skill level you're at, to participate in the qualifier and show us, for example, hey, NA is still alive. So if you guys are still there, participate in qualifier number 2. You can check out the link in the description for the Discord and can get all of the information there. We already highlighted in the past with several posts on Twitter as well, everything about the tournament and about the sign-ups. So if you want to use that and just browse through the last couple of posts, you can do that too. But again, if you have any questions, if you want to participate, if you have questions about the rules or whatnot, the Discord link is your friend and you can participate here. So more NA teams, more better. Tacita and Brightwing. And we get Imperius as our final pick. A triple frontline for Juan Direction. I love this name, by the way. It's so damn good. And with that, we're heading into game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 1 on the left. And woo, Blizzard! Seems like their recent patch has screwed up things again on the talent board. My apologies for that. So, this is going to be interesting. Either we're going to get a hotfix for this, or we have to resort back to different solutions, like the standard UI. Yeah, sorry, that happened with the last patch as well. When they introduced the last patch, this or stuff at the top happened. So yeah, sorry for that. Nothing we can really do about that. Maybe we're going to get a hotfix. If not, then this is just going to be the thing for the first tournament. I wanted to introduce the teams, so let's do that in a second. We got Coffee on ETC, Juan Pablo on Phoenix, Nathanatos on Imperius, Shredded Wind on Malfurion, and Red is playing Blaze for the blue team, as we got Nagrom on Diablo, Lopaka on Sylvanas, Dino's playing Tassadine game number 1. We got Brightwing played by Azu, and Hazorps is playing URL. Honestly, can Blizzard just release a single patch where they're not breaking things? That would be very much appreciated. So essentially what you're seeing at the top is currently a big health bar. That's kind of what's happening there. So, yeah. I guess it's fine. It's not really the best. We're gonna see what happens later, if the bar is gonna be alright or not, but I suppose for one tournament we can live with it. I don't think that we're gonna get that hot fix quickly enough to already use it in this one. So yeah, we'll just have to go through. But seriously, I just wish Blizzard would be able to release a single patch when they're not breaking 50,000 things. It already happened the last time and now it's happening again. We got the first kill, by the way. The European boys are able to take first blood in the game as they take Phoenix out, so he's already eliminated. And yep, all the way up at the top, Diablo gets murdered too. So, on the off chance, by the way, there is also a chance that, because this is taking place on the NA server, there is the wrong user interface selected. In that case, it's actually my fault. So we'll check that for game number 2, but that could be a thing. That with a switch onto the North American server, that hasn't been taken over. I mean, first of all, then I would immediately complain, blame it on Blizzard again, say like, why do my settings not carry over onto a different server? But at the end of the day, I would just have to admit, okay, that's on you boys. We'll figure it out in game number 2 and see who's at fault here. And of course, if it's my fault, I'm not going to ever mention it again. Down at the bottom of the map, blue team grabbing the camp. So we got Siege Giants for them now. The Europeans have instead moved over and grabbed their Bruiser camp. We have with level 4 for ETC now Speed Metal. Keep in mind that the blue team is actually playing this with a triple front line. Blaze over here always. It's a lot of CC, by the way. So we're having CC not only from ETC, but also then Imperius with the lunge. Blaze with a quick follow-up can also come in and try and take him out here. So there's a lot of that happening. CC chains that could be followed up by Malfurion with another route as well. And then on top of that, of course, you have always Phoenix. And I honestly, oh god, I would love it if Phoenix would just go full Planet Cracker. You know, they're looking at a full-on CC chain and then Phoenix just goes brrrr. For now, Phoenix just goes as he dies to Tassadar. Protoss against Protoss. That's the kind of fight that I want to see, honestly. If the Protoss fight themselves, that's fantastic. So yeah, Protoss on Protoss action. The only thing that I would watch more is maybe some Nova on Vala action. I would definitely pay for that, but yeah. Nathanatos on here gets a bit isolated, so he's already in slight trouble, but he might get a kill. He goes for Yazu and wants to take Brightwing down. I mean, who doesn't? Fruit flies alive though, and Imperius has been eliminated. So, on top of that, we're now getting is still a bit of wave. I love how aggressive they are from the beginning of the game. I really like it. So right from the get-go, we're getting a little bit of action between the two teams. And I'm just kind of happy that we have also some new faces here. Some of the NA player. I mean, again, normally when you're playing, you want to play in tournaments, but you don't really want to play cross-server. There is still a problem with lag that you're just going to experience. That is simply a reality. And a lot of players are not willing to do that. Some of the NA players have participated in some of these tournaments over here on the European side in the past, but then again, you of course have the starting times that are more catering towards the European audience, and maybe not everybody is able to get their butt out of bed this early in the morning. Right now, it's a bit more NA friendly. Sylvanas down here, jumping straight into Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix, as Brightwing moves in, gets the poly treatment quickly. Diablo with a very quick engage here, but it seems like at least in this encounter, nobody is going to fall. Tassadar with one wall after another, trying to make America great again. One wall at a time! But yeah, 2 kills to 3. Seems like things have been... calm down is probably the wrong word for it, but people are not falling into traps anymore. So there's that. And then on top of that, we're now looking at URL with the Holy Avenger over here. URL also with a couple of buffs. It's actually kind of nice that we got a patch in the first place. I mean, a lot of fixes and also UI changes, but just generally it's pretty cool that we have it in the first place. That apparently that intern was allowed to go for his little side project. Malfurion down, Tassadar around ETC. Damn, it's a slaughter. The US boys have not turned anything in yet, by the way. So, yeah, 43 gems in their hands, but nothing delivered, and that means that the Europeans have definitely a leg up when it comes to the objective, always assuming that they can turn a few more of their gems in. But currently, it's not really happening. So, yeah. One Direction is gonna try and interrupt them as best as they can. Juan himself! Juan Pablo. Alright. Every single time that coffee moves in here, I'm thinking like, should I get myself one? Should I get myself a coffee? And I was like, maybe a good idea, considering when I have to get up, or when I... Well, actually, at this point, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna go to sleep. Red Web Beavers are descending. The Europeans, even with the ping disadvantage, get the first objective and are doing a little bit better here. So far, so good. Now, down at the bottom of the map, they're still trying to go for Lopaka. Yeah, but it looks like he's going to make it out, right? He's trying to go for a little bit of a move here. ETC still sitting tight right now. Another little move. Nathanatos, okay. Has to be careful. Gets stunned by Diablo as he engages. A few more shots are being fired here. And we get the black hole. Tacita, fantastic choice. I mean, guys, you might be aware that I'm actually a very cultured man and that I have a lot of life experience. I worked as a fireman, as a policeman, a pizza delivery boy, as a doctor, as a real estate agent, and amongst other things, I also worked as an astronaut. And I can tell you, I explored many dark hole in my time. So Tacita with a very good choice here and a very interesting one. So good for him. Definitely going to be a lot of fun. Down at the bottom of the map, Lopaka now pushing. First fort is already down, so they're already doing a fantastic job with their push power that they have here. Diablo with a little bit of a play as they're trying to get another kill with Apocalypse, but while everybody is fighting over here and they're trying to get the kill on Urel, which didn't work out for them, we have Sylvana still pushing with the Web Weaver. And that is doing tons of damage on the key wall already. Now keep in mind, this is game, sorry, this is objective. This is also game number 1, but it's objective number 1, which I wanted to talk about. ETC goes down. So he's gone. And with ETC, we're having at the bottom of the map, Sylvanas trying to rush away. Ah, the interrupt! Nice! Really well done. So good interrupt against Lopaka. He's still trying to get away, but he gets the bullseye treatment as Phoenix drops him. Gems have been lost. They still got plenty to turn in and are nearly ready for another turn in. And of course, the red team still in decent control here of the turning points. They're also getting a little bit closer to level 13. But more importantly, again, it is that second turn in. Nagrom, we're going full Frenchie over here. Maybe looking for a wall stun, but the wall not in the right spot for them. Hazu with the side lane. Needs to be careful too, as they're trying to go for coffee. But they're still fine. By now we have 6 kills to 4. On the damage output, kind of noteworthy. Phoenix's top damage in the game with a 31,000 that he's been delivering. Nice engage by Nagrom. Juan Pablo. He gets saved by Malfurion here with the Tranquility. Once again, the quick attack is coming as Phoenix moves in. They're trying to get the kill. Nagrom again with another wall stun, but I don't think he can do anything here. The lunge from Imperius locks him down for a moment. Hazu comes in to help out, but the blue Web Weavers are now descending as One Direction has been able to turn the remaining gems in. So good for them. Yeah, still got to be a little bit cautious here in the middle though, because the Web Weavers haven't even arrived yet and they're already losing the wall. So this is the moment where the blue team can start to bring this back a bit and take maybe a fort out as well. Kills would also go a long way considering how many gems we currently have for the red team. So the Europeans would really love to pull that off, get those gems delivered and get another Web Weaver wave. 13 versus 13 now. For Urel, we're getting balance chosen here. Oh, what a save from Brightwing. But now they're both in trouble. Diablo falls first and Brightwing second. So here it is. USA, USA, USA. Yeah, blue team all of a sudden with the momentum. Pick up 2 kills just as the objective drops down. And now it's time to take some of these forts out. And they should be able to at least get 2 of them. Considering that, well, Diablo's back at his souls at least. But Brightwing isn't here yet. We're moving towards the top to try and take Blaze down. But even if Blaze falls at the bottom of the map, the attack continues. And we're talking structures right now. Blaze is able to escape. Slowly moving out here. And yeah, they're still saving it. They lost one fort in the middle, but it seems that Lopaka is able to hold the one at the top. Not too bad. It's a party! Yeah, a little bit of a bush party right here. But nobody is falling for it just yet. They are trying to turn in again, though. They have enough gems for a second turn in, so they're trying to carry the momentum into the next play. And yep, that's exactly what we're getting. One move into the next, one turn in after another. And here's the big chance and opportunity to now pin the Europeans down. And maybe even get a lead in experience that leads to a talent advantage. That's of course always the dream. If you can play around a talent advantage with your attacks. They're pushing out the top lane a little bit further. Yep, looking good there. But Beavers, as I already said, are now starting to touch ground. Again, an attempt to trap. But Coffee is able to move out, or so I thought. And then he gets bullied around again. But Diablo is not able to pin him to the wall. So yeah, no kill there. What we're getting instead is pressure at the bottom of the map against Hanzo. Red is coming in here with one set of Web Weavers, and at the top, the rest of the team is currently fighting this out. So yeah, one attack after another over here. Things are currently looking pretty decent for the blue team. A lot of momentum, a lot of push power, Web Weavers that they can use in order to do even more structural damage, and that eliminates the fort at the top, so that's the second one that falls. At the bottom of the map, they were able to hold this one. But now we could even see damage on those keep walls. So initially it was a great game for the Europeans. They started off well. They got first blood. They dropped the first fort. They got some damage on at the keep wall. But then things slowly started to spiral out of control a little bit. Not in a crazy fashion just yet, but they are starting to struggle. Here comes the ult from Phoenix and the death of EULUL as a courtesy. Level 16 talents now kicking in. So getting even further ahead. They try to get the counter kill against Blaze, but even that doesn't work. Instead, Diablo falls, and this time he didn't have his stacks. So he is down for the duration. Very, very nicely done here by One Direction. And currently, they are really pushing the game into one direction and one direction only. So good for them. 16 versus 16. We got Tassadar with 47,000 damage. On top of that, we're also getting a decent amount of siege damage for him. But the blue team is trying to maintain the momentum now by pushing for a boss play. So, HGCEULUL had some great moves in the earlier stages of the game, but now they are really struggling. He could go for a turn in here, but it seems like they're not even trying to do that. We're 13 minutes into the game, so while that boss is nice, it's not really gonna be the biggest issue, or at least it shouldn't be. It's gonna be annoying, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be a massive issue for them to defend this. Still very early in the game, didn't scale properly yet, so it would personally surprise me a little bit if they would be able to take the entire thing to too much damage. And you can already see them falling back. They're more interested in delivering some of the gems, take some of the camps that are still available on the map, and just play it safe here. Cool, calm, collected. And for good reason. Secure your gems, make sure that you're ready for the later plays. That seems the move to make. Get the Siege Giants, get the Bruisers, and yep, that's exactly what we're seeing from them right now. So, red team needs to somehow try and bring this back. They got gems that they could turn in, so that's the good news. They haven't lost all of that. That's always the ticket back into any game that you're playing on Tomb of the Spina Queen. So there's an opportunity to pull that off. But they're now behind in kills. They're also behind in pretty much everything else, talking structures. And yeah, it's gonna get rough. If they don't make a play soon, then they have to face off against an opponent that has Storm Talents. And they are looking for that kill. Bunker, of course, is a possibility, but only if Blaze isn't stunned 6 days to Sunday. And he's stunned out completely. Sylvanas with a Wailing Arrow to put Pablo in some trouble. And he gets away? Nah, he doesn't. There's that second kill. The Europeans with 3 kills in that fight. And now, of course, the big opportunity to leverage Sylvanas not only for the turn-in. Lopaka had 52 gems, but also use him immediately to try and take a couple of these structures out. The fall at the top falls. They are catching up in experience. 10 kills to 8. And now the big chance to maybe turn this game around and really put their mark on it. So at the top, Trying to go for the keep down at the bottom of the map. Tassadar is still trying to push some of these lanes out. He is, of course, the one that has the most wave clip of them right now. So he can burn some of the minion waves down to make the bottom web weavers still dangerous with this push. They were spawning very far back in the middle of the map. Imperius maybe a bit too far out here. With 30 gems, damn. Nathanatos is... I mean, those are some massive balls that he has on them. And he gets punished for it. Yeah. 30 gems lost, all alone in the middle of the map, far out. That was a present. That was honestly, I didn't even know that it was Hanzo's birthday, but yeah, they just got that kill, and whew, that one hurt. Nothing else to say, honestly. Yeah, that was unnecessary. That was simply unnecessary. Now they have level 20. All the forts are gone. The keep at the top is going to fall in a moment. Hanzo is currently the one that moves in and starts to take it down with Yrel. Both teams with Storm Talons at least. But, yeah. There we go. Either way, that was a big step. Deleting gems from the opponent, taking the first keep down, eliminating the forts. This is about as good as it gets in these situations. So, yep, they're looking really good on this. They've brought it back. They're also closing in on another turn, and Lopaka is delivering the final few gems, so they get another set of web weavers. There's no boss in play right now, but with those gems, they're at least going to be able to now get the web weavers, try for another push. Phoenix, by the way, has not taken his level 20 yet. So Phoenix is still hesitating and hasn't made a move yet. That could still change things a little bit, I assume. But for the time being, we're talking about a push of the red team in an attempt to finish the game, I guess. That's essentially what they're currently trying to do here. Try and see if they can get another keep, get a few kills, and then just end the game. So they are starting to make a play down at the bottom of the map for ETC, who is able to move out of the fight. So yeah, good for him. Maybe another opportunity to follow up with another kill here. No, but beavers are getting escorted in slowly and steadily. Bottom of the map is probably their easiest target. The keeper's already taken previously a lot of damage, so they could take it out much easier here. Yep, keep is gonna fall. Where beavers to the top are gonna push for the core directly, so that's the next problem. Yeah, it's a little bit tough. One direction. They had a lot of momentum in the mid game, but now they are seriously struggling, and it's starting to become a problem for them. The fight at the bottom of the map is also unfolding, and in this case, ETC is gone. Okay, couldn't get saved by the bunker. That's another problem for them. Can they follow up with another kill? Indeed they can. Well, Furion is gone. That's 13 kills, 2-8. And that, ladies and gentlemen, looks like it's going to be the end of game number 1. And if we're lucky, also the end of these massive oversized hit points at the top. Once again, apologies for that. If it's my mistake, we're going to figure it out after game number 1. Haven't been on the NA server in a while, and there is a chance that they're not all taking the Observer UI over. If not, it's Blizzard's fault. Either way, seems like the game itself is about to be decided. Nicely done by HGCEULUL. They're going for the big W here. They're going for victory, and they're locking in the win in game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen goes to the red team. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, HGCEULUL is in the lead as we're heading into Infernal Shrines. So, yeah, again, I think I have to explain the name of the tournament because the question keeps popping up. I honestly thought that was kind of obvious. So, there's like 2 reasons basically why this is called the Hanzo Genji Cup. First of all, I mean, it's literally spelled out each HGC. So people are making memes ever since HGC got closed that, oh, HGC 2024 is when HGC will be back. 2025! And so now we have HGC 2024, the Hanzo Genji Cup. So that's the first one. The second one is, since we have 0 rules when it comes to drafts, I mean, we have a normal draft, obviously, no special rules, it means that you're going to see a whole lot of Hanzo and Genji. And every time we had Meta Madness, every time we had a bounty system, I was always or we had the rule that you can't play hero more than once within a tournament. I talked about how we want to avoid just seeing Genji or Hanzo every single map or like multiple times within a series. So those are the reasons why we dubbed this the Hanzo Genji Cup. In case that you didn't figure it out already. So once again, no draft rules. As you can see, Blaze banned, played on the first map, so there's no limitations this time. Bit of a contrast to what we normally have here. So, with that said and done, let's see what we're going to get as our first pick for HGCEULUL, which by the way also means that One Direction started to go in for map choice. I really want to see, like, every single, like, after I've seen their name, I now want to see a boy band picture of One Direction. It's just gonna be, like, just think about it. Like, I'm just picturing a bunch of Mexicans right there. Maybe in the same outfits that One Direction would have. That would look amazing. It would look absolutely incredible. That name is so damn good. That's probably a joke that has been made 100 times in the past. I've never heard it though. And I love it. I absolutely love it. This is how you make a good meme and a good joke. The European teams should really look at this and be like, okay, we need to be a bit more creative with our team choices. Or our team names. But yeah, I love that. So for the blue team, kudos to you. That definitely made me smile today. So already, big shout out. Now, they're going full mariachi band. I need a poster. Somebody fire up Photoshop and make me a good image. I need something. I need an actual visual for One Direction. I just need it. So if you're out there, you have a little time on your hands and you're a Photoshop wizard, get it done. Throw it on Twitter. Throw it onto my Discord. I don't care. I'm going to share it. It sounds amazing. So, Diablo and Rega is what they're starting off with. We have Hanzo and Anduin. Yeah, plus Yrel. Hey, Yrel is a monster and already was before, but now even more so in the newest patch. And obviously the big question is, would you ban her or not? In this case, they've said like, yeah, well, not really. We have Hanzo already taken. Now I'm just waiting for Genji to make an appearance. And with Anduin locked in over on the red team side, there is definitely a chance that they're going to be the one to take Genji if they can. Play the brothers and then go for the light bomb engage. I mean, they have other heroes that could do that too, but they're banning him out, so yeah. Genji makes an appearance, but it is only as a ban and not as an actual pick. So, yeah. There it is. Then again, over on the blue team side, what are they going to do now? Diablo, Rega, need a little bit more. Infernal Shrines, you can already bully with Diablo, but where's the burst damage? Where's that control? Where's that AoE damage for the Shrines? There it is, with Mephisto. And even a bit of global control, thanks to our boy Falstad. The bird is in the house, and that gives us the birdie. So, let's go. Then, to finish out draft number 2. By the way, good news also, I think the overlay is now fixed. So, it turns out that the game does not take your settings from the European server, so I had to switch the Observer UI. So, I guess that one's on me, if it's fixed now. Can't blame Blizzard for it, which is a shame. I love blaming Blizzard for things, but I suppose this one is unfortunately my fault. Yeah. Nathanatos, final pick. Nubarak engage, Yrel, Nubarak, Yrel, always a nice combo. Good synergy there. Then you have Greymane jumping on the target. We get Leo. Leo's in the house. A bit more AoE for Infernal Shrines. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're set up game number 2 in our best of 3 here at the first qualifier. Let's go. Game number 2. Coffee on Falstad for the blue team. As we got Juan Pablo on Mephisto. On top of that, obviously, red with Diablo, as we already seen earlier. Nathanatos on the side lane with Lorik, and Shredded Wind is playing Rega. Honestly, with that name, he should play Samuro. That would give him some synergy, even with the nickname. On the right side, the Europeans with Hazops on Yrel. We got Lopaka on Hanzo. Nagram on Nubarak. We get Yasu playing Anduin. And Dainu on Greymane. Alright, so a little bit of a problem apparently on Lopaka's side. He had massive ping problems, and normally, honestly, what you have to do when you have a ping that is that high, you go over to the room of your little brother and you check if he downloads porn, and if he downloads porn, you slap him around a little bit. First you slap him around because you tell him like, dude, it's 2024, who downloads porn for the love of God? And then you slap him around just because he's a big brother and you can, and you want him to stop. If it's your older brother, you're kind of screwed. You gotta play with a ping. That's just what it is. I'm not making those rules. I just live by them. That's all that it is there. So, attack is happening, and Leo survives. So, he's fine. Leo survives. Seems like Lopaka, at least for now, is fine. They've been talking about like ping just in general a little bit, and yeah, Lopaka was way above 300, I think 330 or something along those lines. So, yeah. There's that, but they were able to just wait it out a little bit, and by now we'll see if it's fine. If he starts dying continuously, then maybe it's not fixed yet. It's actually a nice strategy. If you're about to int hard, you can just flaming on the ping. Normally it's all about lag. I mean, the lag F meme is still around. If there's some old schoolers here that remember the good old days of HGC, then you should be familiar with this one. But yeah, even if not, it doesn't really hurt, you know, just pause the game at the beginning a bit for a minute or two. And then every single time when you die, everybody goes like, ah, yeah, he probably has ping issues. Or he just sucks. It could be either one. So, all jokes aside, for the first few shrines, it should get interesting. I mean, we have obviously a very, very strong lineup here for shrine control for the blue team. They have a lot of really nice tools for it. And then on top of that, you have also some killer comps and combos that could be unleashed by the red team, by the Europeans. That the Nuburak engage with Urel jumping in to help out, Greymane following up, trying to get quick kills. All of these things could happen very, very quickly here, and yeah, we'll see how much they can actually do as the first shrine approaches. We haven't seen a single kill yet, so compared to game number 1, this is a little bit more tame. Nobody is going all out right at the beginning just yet. It's a bit noteworthy that for the first objective on Infernal Shrines is of course always a battle for level 7. You want to get it sooner than your opponents, so you have a slight advantage with talents as you're going into the first fight. That's something, well, Falstad could get leveraged by the blue team. They're already prepping the camp at the top, and yep, off we go. Well, they are getting ready to time this. Blue team has already taken their own shaman camp, so maybe an opportunity for the red team to defend and then move down. So there's a few things that we could definitely try and do with this. But Falstad should now stay at the top, and does, together with Leoric. The whole idea there being that you want to make sure that Falstad stays, takes the experience, gets level 7, gets the talent, and then flies and helps the rest of the team out. Since the shrine spawns down at the bottom of the map this time, this is actually going to work out quite nicely for them. Always assuming that Dino isn't all of a sudden getting a sneaky kill here, because if that happens, then it's a totally different story. Then it's a problem. Bottom of the map though, the objective has already spawned, so this is where we're getting a lead for the red team. The Europeans have started to pick up the first few shrine minions. I'm going to grab them quickly. Yeah, a few more attacks here. Nagrom, they get the kill. Diablo, he goes down. So the tank is gone, and that is definitely a setback for the North American team. So definitely a bit of a pickle that they find themselves in right now, because now level 7 kicks in for both teams at the same time. Control has fully been taken, and they've even moved into the middle to take one of the minion waves out. So yeah, they're looking great here. There's a really, really nice situation that they have going on for themselves. Yasuo is now moving through too. We're looking at level 7 Wizened Duelist by now. We get the Leeching Scarabs, and it is a Frozen Punisher that gets picked up with the first objective, which is obviously pretty neat for them as well, because at the end of the day, what that means is you have a chance of, if not taking the fort down, then at least dropping the hit points pretty significantly. Frozen Punisher is by far the strongest, basically like an inbuilt Sylvanas straight. And yeah, Urel gets the kill at the top. Damn, Hazu taking out Falstad in the one-on-one at the top lane. Good for him. 4 versus 4 fight down at the bottom of the map. The Punisher is jumping in for some extra action. And they're trying to get that fort destroyed, and that thing has lost a lot of hit points already. The entire wall is gone, and the fort is basically destroyed. Damn. That thing can be picked up at any moment, essentially. So very successful first attack by the European team here. Yeah, not too shabby. Not too bad. So, With that said and done, 2 kills to 0, half-level lead. Nothing insane, but again, one step at a time. Do the squirrel. One nut at a time. Just have to remember where you put them. Coffee. Greymane wants the kill, and not this time. Not this time. So he survives. Yeah, that would have been pretty annoying. Is able to survive though. Everybody is aiming for level 10. Try to get the early heroic ability. And of course there's still a couple of camps up on the map. The red team has now moved over to their own side, trying to take theirs first. But the Khaldor camp, the neutral one down at the bottom, goes to the blue team. Good for them. Picking that up just before the heroic abilities are ready for their opponents. So by now we got the arrow, we got bullet for Greymane. And Anduin with the bubble! The holy word salvation. Yep. Bubble placed by him. And a little bit of interrupt. Falstad could gas Diablo, but besides that, not too much. Kind of interesting. I mean, if you go for light bomb, you have a few tools that you can use, yeah, I suppose, but that could give them pretty decent value. I'm surprised though, not really a talent that you see a whole lot. But they're going to try and play it this way. Yasuo made a choice. And for the shrines, not too bad. Arrow comes out. The Rhaegar gets cocooned. They want that kill. They can't get it. Dino has to fall back. And there's the bubble. Perfect timing to more or less negate Diablo's ult. But the problem is that after that, Anduin gets still burned to a crisp. And, well, can they get a follow-up kill? Yes, they can. Nubarak is down. So is Diablo. But they're also destroying Greymane. Not bad. Yep, they're looking good here. So, I mean, everybody loves Anduin getting burned, so let's just look at it again. But the idea behind it was actually pretty good. But they just waited it out, and then they took Anduin and down 4 kills to 3. Hanzo got killed too, by the way. So that was a pretty good move from the blue team. And honestly, kudos to them. It was really well played, and they reaped the rewards here. Bit of a lead in experience. They could destroy the wall in the middle. They've taken that out very easily. Still fairly close game for now. Kills are not that far away, but yeah, nicely done. Dino, once again, using Greymane to take those mercenary camps out as quickly as possible. Not really a problem there either. They're going for the Shaman camp as the next objective is about to spawn. Same is also happening on the blue team side. So here comes Punisher number 2, and we're talking Arcane Punisher this time. There is still at the bottom of the map the fort that is nearly destroyed. Now, if you had a global, then this would be a perfect opportunity to just jump in and try and take the fort out, but they don't. Mephisto gets interrupted as he was trying to use the ult here. Diablo got cocooned on top of that. Goes for the barbecue. Not a lot of damage done, but can still burn some of the shrine minions out. We had level 13 for them already, which gives them, in this case, also the tidal waves for Rhaegar. They're trying again. Bubble is out. Nice. Like, Anduin is getting good value out of it, but he also puts himself into real awkward spots since there's always a bullseye on him. And Yasuo dies again. So he died twice now. Got the ult through, saved the team, more or less, but now he is dead. Nubarak died, and they are just on the run. Whereas we're seeing the blue team with just kill after kill and more momentum. It's very reminiscent, actually, from what we've seen in game number 2. In the mid-game, it was the entire time the blue team that was really running the show. The question this time is, can the red team come back again? Can the European team, can they do that? They finally have their own level 13 talent, so they're slowly getting there. As we're now getting the Punisher for their opponents. So, this is the moment, right here, right now. This is the opportunity to take the first fort out. And they will do their best to do exactly that here in the mid lane. Leo is missing though. He's down at the bottom of the map dealing with the camp that was taken. So yep, has to be careful with that. But already good damage in the middle. With Hanzo on the other hand, they're taking that Punisher down fairly quickly. Nagrom is sitting there. Nobody wanted to go that deep. Falstad is still using his global at the top. He's trying to get the team a little bit farther ahead here. You rather by now he's just sitting there. He sees Hanzo and he's like, no. Thank you. I'm good. I learned my lesson earlier. I'm not going to engage here. But yeah, in the middle on the other hand, they're trying. And once again, it is Diablo with a play. Also was trying to fly in for a decent gust. That didn't really work for them. But they can still take that fort, and they do. Fort number 1 gets destroyed by the blue team. Nice. So they're able to destroy the first major structure in the game. Rel still sitting at the top. They're trying to trap the Leoric, and it didn't quite work out. But, well, Leo currently on 84,000 siege damage. Top siege damage in the game. On top of that, when we're looking at hero damage, we have 22,000 for Diablo. All those plays that he made with the lightning breath really working out for him. Leo not dying at the top either. Yeah, nicely done. Top damage on the other side is currently Hanzo. Greymane got killed. Yeah, this is actually kill number 7. They have 4 kills ahead now, and they have also level 16 talents. So things for the Europeans are starting to look worse and worse and worse. It's getting a bit tricky here. Yeah, Falstad tries to fly back. Hanzo. But the top fort is open. Hanzo at the bottom of the map, on the other hand, is now making his own plays. So he's currently just trying to take the fort out, does that. So now it's 2 forts against 2. At least even on it, but there's still no level 16. It's one of the reasons why Hanzo was down at the bottom of the map in the first place, because he was just saying, alright, we gotta get the experience, I'm gonna go for the fort, I'm gonna get us also a bit more XP, and now he gets chased and killed by Leo. Nice! Really good kill here. Leoric comes in, takes out the trash, and just cleans house. The janitor, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Fully cleaning up over here. Diablo, yeah, gets the Ancestral, immediately goes for the Lightning Breath again. Nagrom also gets saved. We got Epic Enter. In this case, I could have... Oh, they're getting farmed. They're getting absolutely farmed. Greymane is dead. Nubrak is dead. The blue team got mad after that loss in game number 1, didn't they? Look at these guys. They're just coming in and they're destroying everything in their path. They don't care. They go through the side wall. They want to open it up for the top because the next shrine is spawning there as well. 2-level advantage by now. And the red team is just getting absolutely murdered here. I mean, they're getting crushed. They're getting slapped around left, right, and center. Things are not working out for them whatsoever at this point. 10 kills to 3, 2 levels behind, and they're just taking a beating as Leo is going for the objective, and now we're talking Mortar Punisher. If they claim this, and maybe even time the camp that Rhaegar is currently attempting to take, this could be the first keep of the game. Also, depending on how they play that now, they could even get level 20 talents with it. Oh, that's a big arrow. And a very hopeful one. Yeah, this one is useless. So, that didn't even narrowly miss the target. That missed the target by a mile or two. So the red team is very busy down at the bottom of the map now. And can maybe force... I mean, honestly, they are in such a bad spot. They should just delay this a little bit. I'm not sure if Leo is really going to take this right now. I'm not sure he should. Because if you keep this at 39, you're going to get level 20 eventually. You can already see that he slows it down. They're getting more of these things right now. So yeah, they're getting a couple of more at this point. A couple more waves and experience for the level 20. So yep, they're working it. And this gets dangerous. Topside camp at least gets defeated. So there's that. But right now, with level 20, with the Mortar Punisher, that top keep should fall. The red team is doing the best to catch up in experience, to close that gap a little bit, but obviously it's a really tough call right now. And I'm not sure if they're going to get there, but they still have a chance. They need to win the team fight at some point. Level 16 talents were a strong boost for them with Epicenter, and also with, of course, the follow-up on the Glyph of Faith here. Getting the second charge is always massive. The problem is that the fights, even after that, haven't really gone too well for them. So it's been one-way street Heroes of the Storm thus far. And it looks more and more like we might go to game number 3 on this one. I guess this is going to be of a deciding factor. Now, there are a couple of things that can give the EU fans hope. and that is that we have Greymane in the mix. So Greymane on structures, he could take a lot of this out very easily if they later on get a chance to push for it. But now that we have those level 20 talents, yeah, good luck. Storm talents are in. Entomb alone is going to be a big deal. Ando needs to make sure that he stays far away from it. Ooh, the tactical pause. Look at that. That red team apparently still struggling with the ping that we get from Lopaka, I assume. So, yeah, that's a pretty crucial moment. So, it would have been worse if they paused it later. But let's hope that they can solve whatever the issue is for Lopaka, because they're definitely going to need him for this defense. And we're back to business. So, it seems like Nagrom had some problems. No matter what the issue is, they lost their keep, so that doesn't change. And maybe this pause was all for nothing, because the game could end here. Hanzo already has to pop his ult quickly. And the blue team, yeah, Punisher gets baited into the middle, and they're defending it very, very nicely. Really good Punisher defense. Core is not going to get stretched, so well done by the red team. This is about as good as it could be. You lose your key, but at least you're able to survive and to fight another day. Now, I'm not quite sure if you really should fight this. You still don't have level 20. You boys just bought yourself a little bit more time. Are you really going to try and now force a fight here? Nagrom! And my question is, why? Why? What was he hoping to do there? Like, seriously. What was the hope there? You don't have Storm talents. You don't want that fight, so why would you give them an opportunity and sneak in from behind for some sneaky play? Now you're losing a second key for pretty much no reason whatsoever. That could have been avoided, and that puts them into a very, very different spot. So earlier it looked like the defense would be pretty strong. Taking only the keep out is nice for the blue team, but it's nothing crazy. And now things change pretty heavily, because with the second keep removed, they are down to their last one. It's actually kind of funny, because the bot lane, they still have their fort as well. So it's not only the keep that is still standing there, but they still have the fort on top of that too. They get their own level 20 talents. They just need to get Nubarak back. And again, as I say that, here comes Anduin with a save. Blue team is really trying to end it here, aren't they? Yep, they're pressuring in, and they get a good... Oh, big arrow! Full setup against Rega, but the Ancestrals himself, and survives. That was honestly a fantastic arrow and a great play. Rega finally falls. Now they're trying to chase them. I swear to God, if the red team is now just cleaning house, that would be ridiculous. They're going to go for Mephisto. Juan Pablo falls, and now the red team knows only one direction. And that is... Let's go to the opponent's core if we can. Nice effect here for Lopaka. I think, what is that? Yeah, that is not a bug at all. Look at this. Hanzo has a lot of friends here. Hanzo has a ton of friends, and he's like, leave me alone. Yeah, so they're trying to go for the Diablo kill, but they can't. They can definitely take out that keep at the bottom. Keep in mind what I said earlier. I was talking about Greymane, and this is really where Greymane excels. If you can get him on any kind of structure, he can take those bad boys out mega quickly, and that's what they're doing here. Leo falls. They could go for Diablo. They're working on the shield, and it's all a Greymane show right now. And guys, they're going for it. They're taking the core out. They're going to win the series with a 2-0. No, the blue team is going to be so mad. GG, a 2-0 victory for HGCEULUL.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.